What's up, Tanklife? Welcome to the reboot. Sorry for taking so long on getting started this year, but I had to hold up. Basically, the fish that we rescued, couldn't find them a new home. Then when we did, I had just decided to go ahead and get my first backyard pond because I'm getting started to work on my backyard in the new house. There it is. We got to get it out the car right now. So, welcome y'all. Let's get into this video. Alright y'all, we got this out of the car. Now the main reason why I got this for an outdoor pond is basically going to be a temporary holding tank for the Oscars that we rescued. Y'all see I got my little water set up in all my garden. I've been doing a lot. Haven't been sitting still, just couldn't do no upgrades on the tank and it was holding me up from shooting videos. I could have did a lot more, I'm sorry y'all, but here we go. 100-gallon temporary pond for the Oscars who got too big and are taking up the tanks for the axolotls. That was the holdup. So like I said, this is a Tanklife Reboot. What we're gonna do is get this set up in the backyard, get those fish moved out there so we can get back to work with setting up the axolotl tanks. Alright y'all, let's go. Alright y'all, so I'm out here in this area where I'm about to set up this fish tank. I got my Morty man with me, you know, we in his backyard, so of course he gonna be with me the whole time. But so I got the area that I am about to put the fish tank into right here, as y'all see. So what I'm about to do is some cleaning up. I just wanted y'all to see what it looked like before I got started. And I just realized this is a major task because these fish are so large that doing my normal trick to get them from tank to tank, I can usually use the same water. If you watch my other videos, you see what I mean when I say I do that. I just transfer the whole water with the tank and everything, getting it into a new tank that's usually already established. But this is a temporary holding thing, but we're trying to get this done. It is in the backyard, it's clean, they loud. But I'm trying to get this done, so this is gonna be crazy. I know a lot of y'all gonna be complaining about the way I do these fish, but I am trying to mainly get them out of my house so that I can get everything set up for my axolotls. They weren't planned, we really didn't want them. And I probably will still get rid of them later, but this was my excuse to get my backyard pond. So let's go ahead and get this all started. All right, y'all, so we got our little area swept up. A container in place right now, and I have it right here because I want to use those outlets. Later on it's going to be moved further or probably out into the yard because I'm going to get some solar panel fed pumps, and I'm going to have a whole lot of fun with this because, as I say, this is the beginning. I'm going to be able to learn how to make my own filter and all that with this. I'm going to set some plants on top of it, have it like a little ecosystem. But y'all know me, I always start off small, play with stuff, and then go big. Alright, so my next step is going to be, I'm just going to add some water. I got like one bag of sand that ain't going to do nothing that I am going to put in here. But I'm not going to put much in there because, as I said, these Oscars have been, I'll show you their tank later, they're tearing up shit. It's hard to clean up behind them, so I'm really not going to give them much. I might put some rocks at the bottom and a couple of hiding spots for the placos that are gonna go in there, but this is gonna be plain and simple, just a holding container to get the big fish out my house and get back started on the axolotls. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all, so as I said, I'm not doing much because this is just a holding container. I had a little half a bag of sand that I put in there that's also black, and I only did a corner because, as I said, for some reason the Oscars keep moving all of the sand out of the side. They say they're trying to nest, so I figured I might as well not do that this time. But I'm probably going to put some rocks and stuff on this side, and they always seem to clear out a side, so I'm giving them a side to themselves. Probably put the thing that the Placos have been hiding in and a couple of rocks over here. The Placos like a little scenery where the Oscars don't. I got the same pump that was in there sitting on the board just to start off with. Later on it'll be a big sponge filter. But we are just getting it started. I need to get this water started cycling, and I'm not going to put too much water in there. I'm only going to put enough water to reach that filter so I can get started, because I am going to use the same water that they're in to help them out. That makes the transfer a lot better. It'll be like 75% of their water, so it'll be kind of like I'm just doing a water change as I change them out. As I should say, like a 25% water change. I know y'all seen me do it before. It does work. I wouldn't suggest trying it, but unless you don't care about your fish, and these fish that are going in there are not ones I planned on having, but I don't feel like being cruel or losing them. So all right, let's get to the next stage. All right, Tanklife, so what we got going on? I'm about to put those fish in there. I got the water in there. Put some sand and made a little barrier. If y'all seen the other ones, as I said, the Oscars always clean out a spot and they move everything to one side. So I just did that this time for them. And as y'all can see, this water is yellow. That is because it is out of their old tank. I'm going to shoot a video real quick as I get them out of their tank, because there's some very big fish. And you'll understand why the water is that color. And of course, I can only do this fast because I am using everything out of their tank. The filters, everything, including the water, is from their tank, so they'll be all right. All right, let's get these fish out here into our little setup. Okay, y'all, so as y'all see, this is the fish still in their tank. See how yellow their water is? That's why that water is yellow out there. But we're about to get them out of there and go ahead and get them into that tank. Got to get them in this bucket, and this is going to be a real challenge. Alright, I don't know how much y'all can see on this camera the way that they are, but as I said, this is just a temporary setup. I'm going to build a bigger pond in the yard if they stay alive long enough. As I said, y'all know taking care of these fish wasn't planned. It was just something that we rescued at the spur of the moment. But we got our big pleco down there, our two Oscars. You can barely see the black Oscar. You see the side of them right there. They're doing good. And now we get to start working on our next axolotl upgrade. Alright, Tanklife, I will see y'all on the next one. Stay safe. Love y'all. Alright, Tanklife coming soon, hopefully by the next week or two. This is the next project. We're about to turn our old rescue tank into our new axolotl tank. I know they're waiting. They're in there crowded. Oh, you can see the water condition, and there's going to be one more in there with them. So we got to hurry up and get all three of the boys out of there and into a bigger tank. And that will be next week.